Hey everyone, Chaos Giga here, and today's episode, episode 9, is going to be all about the iron farm, at least building it. The villager part will probably come after in the next episode, so just saying. And this guy's just so ecstatic that we're getting ready for the iron farm, I can tell, just by looking at him. He's jumping up and down a lot. As you can see, we're still getting breeding done out of here, but I also wanted to point out at the beginning of this episode that we have figured out what the issue is with this breeder, and it's actually something very, very simple that was actually found by Impulse himself in one of his videos, I believe. I just didn't really pay much attention to it, and I'm sorry for that. It's actually very, very simple. I actually trapped one of the villagers in here. I don't know why he's in here, but he's in here for some reason. So yeah, they are actually breeding now. This guy and the farmer are actually breeding now, and so we have some babies down there. All it was is I had to open all 4 trapdoors and remove the 2 glass blocks I put inside there, because as long as that trapdoor there and that one is there, the farmer will not try to jump on the beds down below. Whereas beforehand we had to use the 2 glass blocks to do that. Now we don't. We just use the trapdoors that we have already started this system with, so it makes it much easier. There is a villager down here that came down here from up above. I have no idea why, but he did. So let's go down here and take a look. So far I've still got the 1 baby villager in here, but that's how I knew it was working now. So because now they're making babies, so that's good. So now I can actually do my training post down here like I was wanting to, and up there I can have villagers bred for specific jobs up there near my house, which will be great in the future. But these right here are just going to be like hidden trading post ones for my iron farm trades and stuff like that. So these are be the ones that will be more well protected from out there. So I like this area a lot more. But this makes it to where I don't have to build walls or enclosures or anything. Well, I do still have to have a wall. Probably have this wall right here, but let's see if I can't find that villager that's down here. I know he's still down here somewhere. I think he's up here. I have no idea why he keeps... Yeah, there he is. For some reason, he just came down in here and just won't leave. So I just decided to block him in so he can't go anywhere. I tried to coax him in there, but that didn't work. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started on trying to find a location for this iron farm where I actually want to put it at. And that also reminds me that I need to make something, which is very important for the name tag. That is an anvil. So anvils are useful in the fact that we use them to heal items such as bows. So we can use a broken bow and 2 broken bows actually, or little damaged bows. So like more damage than this right here is. And you could put them together to form a fully healed bow using an anvil. Now, you got to keep in mind that the anvils take damage over time as you heal items, so that is something you have to keep in mind. But you're going to need 3 blocks of iron and at least 3 or 4, I think it's 4 ingots. It is 4 ingots. Okay, so that's exactly the formula, the recipe, if you will, for the anvil. And we're going to place that down in here, just below the window. And you actually have to use this for your name tags or just items in general. So you can actually name any of your items in here just by placing an item in. So I can like take one of these, and all you got to do is just backspace and then rename the item. So yeah, you can literally rename diamonds and stuff like that with a certain name, and there is a way to go through and change that name back just by going into a crafting table. You can put them together in a block. So like if I rename like 9 diamonds, I put them all together in a block and then break the block back down into the diamonds, and they'll lose their name. So, or at least get back their old name of just being diamonds again. So that's something unique that most people I don't think know, and I figured that out just randomly. So I'm going to gather all the supplies. I've got them all available right here. So it's all this right here on the way down here. That's everything we're going to need, minus the tracks, minus the rails and stuff. I'll eventually come back for that. I'm going to have to put some of this stuff in my inventory up so that way I can gather all these supplies. I'm actually going to leave the mine carts, the name tag, and all that stuff in here. I'm going to grab all this stuff down below. But I'll come back when I find the location I want to put this at, and we'll get starting on building. Okay, so we got a nice little spot here to start building this iron farm. Like I said, we're going to do the iron farm build in this episode, and in the next episode I will go over and show you guys how I've been getting the villagers and the zombie, which can take a whole episode just to do. So I definitely will want to show exactly how I do it. And there is a unique moment in Minecraft, as one of the iron golems is offering a puppy to villagers. And he took it. That's a very rare moment to see. Anyway, first off, we're going to start out with a 5x7 platform, and the important thing on this farm, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, is that we want to be at least 16 blocks away from other beds, other iron farms, other, well, just villages, period. So anything to do with villages, you want to be at least 16 blocks away. So this should be plenty of room away from the village that we have here right now. And the other thing is you want this to be 8 blocks away from anything that's tall. So that way the golems will not spawn on anything that is tall or about the same height as where you're going to spawn these golems in. So let's go with the towers here. And as I'm doing this, as I'm building, I'm going to place some tips up in here in this video on what the use is, or what is great about having an iron farm in your world. And I think that's 5. I want 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I want 6. Alright, perfect. And then I'm going to hold down Shift and go around here and build all this up. I'm just so glad that I finally figured out why the villager breeder was not working that I built underground. That's going to come in very handy now that it is working again. I just can't believe I did not catch that in one of Impulse's older videos. Definitely should check out his videos from Hermitcraft. I am a huge fan of Hermitcraft. If anybody has watched me before, they would know that, because I do use a lot of their stuff. Okay, so now this is where we're going to start setting up the iron trapdoor system, which includes a daylight detector. I think it used to be called a daylight sensor. I'm not exactly sure on that, but place that down. And now we're going to grab our redstone components. Need the repeaters. Okay, so the first repeater is actually going to face out, and you're going to put that on 4 ticks delay. The other one is going to face right into this block right here on a 4 tick delay as well. Now we're going to have comparators. Give me a second here. Okay, this one should be facing this way on negative. That one, and they're both in negative mode. So make sure you get that right. I've messed that up so many times before. Then we have 3 redstone here, 2 redstone here. That is that for that system. Redstone torch there, with a block on top. Other redstone torch right here, with another block on top of it, and then we build up 2 blocks. Get that block back, and then we're going to go back down, and this is where the iron trap door comes into play. Basically, this iron trap door is just to make sure the villagers get a moment to sleep, so that way they will respawn the golems back in. We might be able to see it go off here eventually. It looks like the sun's going down anyway, so eventually we'll see that. But I need my glass blocks. Yeah, you can hear it go. You can hear it go that time. So I need the cobblestone slabs and my glass blocks. So before I forget, I need the cobblestone half slab. And these are bottom slabs to make sure nothing can spawn down here. And then you leave that spot open. That's where the iron is eventually going to go down. And we want glass in here so that way we can see what's going on and troubleshoot any issues. I have had issues before where when the game is updated on my realms, I've had to go through and just destroy some of the redstone, or just take the redstone dust out and then replace it, and for some reason that fixed the issue I was having. I don't know what was going on. It was just really weird at the time. Do not understand what happened. It just, for some reason, the clock was messed up. So now we're going to go around and fill in all of this like so. In just a minute, we're going to have the beds placed so we can actually sleep. Glass blocks right here. This is where the beds are going to go. Bed's facing like that. I'm going to sleep real quick. Hopefully this doesn't put me in a weird position. It probably is. Oh good, it didn't. Okay, good. Alright, so place all the beds down. And it's important to put the beds like this so that way the villagers don't wake up and suffocate. So make note of that. I don't know about anybody else. I know that there are lots of videos out there about with these Minecrafters that make like really huge versions of iron farms, and I'm just not a really big fan of that. I just I really can't get behind those. Even in my realm worlds, I still use this version of a farm just because it's so much easier to build, and it's so compact, and it still makes 360 iron per hour, which is actually quite a lot. So if you do a lot of AFKing for farms and stuff like I normally do, you're gonna always have iron, and the only way you can get rid of it really is to just sell it to villagers or trade it to villagers. This slot right here is the one we're gonna leave open for the minecart system. When we get that done, might actually want to start filling in that over there too. Okay. I'm gonna leave a hole here too as well, so that way I can get back down in here and bust out the last villager in a minecart. It's going to be over here. Don't want to forget to put glass blocks here. Just some sort of non-spawnable block here. Then the lanterns will go down here, so that way nothing else accidentally spawns in here with the villagers. The zombie will be on that side. We'll have a trapdoor attached to the roof over there. Fill all this in with the exception of that spot there. Okay, now we put 3 solid blocks back here, and this is where the remaining cobblestone or slabs of whatever type of block you've chosen to use. And they're going to be top slabs, so that way we can spawn our iron golems in here. So there's a reason why I'm doing this with cobblestone instead of granite. I want you guys to be able to see exactly how I'm building this. Alright, and this is where the iron golems will fall down into. I'm going to place a block on the outside here so I have some sort of like platform to stand on. Once we've got this all started, I'm going to start on the stairs now. And the reason for stairs is so that we don't have our golems spawning on the outer perimeter of this farm. We don't want them to spawn on they can spawn on a solid block. So like the granite below the whole block, they can spawn on that. So if we just surrounded this with solid blocks, they would have a chance to spawn on top of it instead of inside of it. Whereas they wouldn't be able to spawn inside of, or on stairs on the outside of it, if you will. So that's why we always use stairs on this. And I have gotten a lot faster at designing this, so pretty happy with that actually. And I just filled that in when I didn't need to. That's the hole. We want to keep a hole here so that way we can be able to climb down in there and dump our water bucket and our lava bucket. Before we have to climb out of the center there, so just a 2-block space in there, we'll do that. Okay, so now we can just do this. Last 2 layers. There's only 5 layers of stairs, which is actually 100 stairs perfectly. It's a perfect amount, 100 stairs. So, and I always use like 3. I always try to get like 3 stacks of blocks for this because you need extra blocks for the outside, so you can stair step your way down. And with stair stepping your way down, that also helps set you up for the villagers and the zombie when it comes time for that. Alright, so now we got our 2 steps left. So let's go down here and place the remaining stuff that we need to place in, which would be our cobblestone walls. So we're going to put 3 over here and then 1 in that corner there. This is to direct the flow of the water. We now need our 4 oak signs, or just any type of sign. Place 1 there, that's to prevent the water from flowing down through there. We then place 1 here, 1 here, and 1 right here. And this is where the bucket of lava will go right here. As you can see, the lava doesn't burn the signs, and it sits right there, and it's at the perfect height to catch our iron golems on fire and burn them to death. Now I jump up on my stair here, and I'll place my bucket of water right here on this block here, and it'll flow perfectly right to where we want it to. Okay, so let's take my buckets, take them out of my inventory. Okay, one stair there, and the last stair there. So that's all done. So now we just got to stair step our way down to the side that's towards the village. That way we can get our villagers in here a little bit easier, if you will. Alright, so we just build across here. So right there's where we're going to have to stair step our way down for a rail system. And then I always build a path all around here because we have to put a zombie in here. And we also have to get in there and place a trapdoor, which I'm going to do in a second. And then I build a path all the way around to the other side, so that way we can get in here and bust out the last villager that's going to, because there's going to be 3 villagers and minecarts there. And we don't care about wasting the minecarts on this because we're eventually going to get enough iron to replace that. So this is the important part, making sure you get this trapdoor in here, just a regular trapdoor. You want to place it in there and then open it like so. This is so the zombie does not fall down in the chute, and it allows the zombie to stay in here and continue to scare our villagers on that side over there. Always place some sort of block here just to prevent your zombie from being able to walk back and forth. That's what I do. I'm also just actually going to place another glass block in there, just for the heck of it. Alright, so before we start climbing down, let's go ahead and break all of these over here because we do not need these over here anymore. We're going to need them for this walkway we're about to build anyway, so just get rid of all of those and then we'll just start stair-stepping our way down from here. As a matter of fact, I think I'll be safe just to go ahead and drop down. Might hurt a little bit. Yep, it hurts a little bit, but it's fine. Okay. It takes a little practice to get this down, but eventually it becomes second nature once you've done it a few times. But it's got to be a straight path because these are all going to be powered tracks, all powered rails. That's why I've made some more. I think, if I remember right, it's 15 power rails per like powered stone or whatever. But I think I'm not going to take this down all the way down here because I don't know. Guess I'll figure that out here in a second. Let's grab my bed out of here real quick because I'm just going to sleep out here. But we'll see. The stars are coming out. Hardest part for me in the game is just telling when it's okay to sleep. I think that's the hardest part for me. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is remove all this grass and get some powered rails going here. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the chest system, chest and hopper system first, I think. Before doing that, though, looks like we're going to have like 2 sections of powered rail, maybe 3. I've got enough powered rails for that. I can always make more levers and stuff, so that's no problem. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, that's perfect. That's going to be enough to allow this to come up here. So, yeah, that's perfect. All right, so let's go down here. And we're going to place the hopper into chest system. Oh, and by the way, I don't think I said anything about this, but I think it's important to make sure that that is on the east side. I did it backwards. So obviously I put it on the west side, the side the sun's going down on. But most problems I've found in Realms, if I just turn this around and have that daylight detector on the east side, that was fixing all my issues that I was having with that detector system. It won't matter in a single player world. It does not matter which way you face it that I've found so far. It'll always allow the trapdoor to work no matter where the sun's at. So it seems like Realm's positioning is more of an issue, so make sure that you're facing that side with the detector on it towards the east where the sun rises, which kind of actually makes sense in real life, but for some reason on single world it doesn't matter, so which is actually a good thing, because I did not pay attention to that at all. Okay, so for the chest system, I always start from the top and then just place a single row of the chest down, and then we go over to the side here and then just connect it by holding shift and clicking it into the side there. Same with the hoppers, start from the top, work my way down, and voila, that is it. So the chest and collection system is all done. This is going to gather all of our poppies and iron ingots that the golems will drop when they die. So now I'm going to go back to my house. I'm going to store the stuff that I didn't use and grab the stuff that we need to put in for the rail system. Okay, got all the rails and powered rails. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start some... I'm going to start down here. I'm going to place a couple powered rails right here in front of my door and catch these guys right here. First off, because I like to put my villagers in before the zombie, because if you try to put them in after the zombie, they will get scared and run out if you're not careful. or just get in the way and get hit by your pick, and it just causes all sorts of issues. At least I find it to cause all sorts of issues. I'm just hoping I have enough regular track to make it over there, because I don't know if I'm going to. I might have to use powered rails for a lot of sections here. But this is going to be the last portion of the build that we have to set up. Yeah, I'm not going to have enough rails. So I think what we're going to have to do is just capture them and then... Alright, let's set this portion of the build up first, because obviously whoa! That guy just went all the way over here and followed me. That would have been great if he would have just went up here. Let's make sure that this is going to power all of them. I think it will. I think there's 13 or 14 tracks here. Oh, it doesn't power the last one. So let's move this lever up higher. There we go. Okay. Literally, you can push them up a couple of rails, so that's no big deal. So, actually, let's leave that there. I just need a track that'll turn this way, because obviously I'm gonna have to push them a little bit here. Might have to make some more levers, like I said. So I was actually counting on that a little bit, but the zombie portion will be a little bit easier, I think, in this, because get the zombie to come over here, I make a round circle of a track, and then capture him. So again, we're gonna have some tracks that's not powered, which I think I could just make some more levers and deal with that way, and we should be all right. Probably what we'll do is we'll just capture all the villagers first, move them over this way, and then take them up that. But I think that's basically going to do it, guys. You kind of got an idea of what I'm going to do in the next episode here. Basically just catch and throw them in there, and then block them in, and yeah, go from there. But it's actually a lot harder than it looks to catch these guys. It really is. And I'm going to place down, like I said, some power rails here, and then place the mine carts down, capture them, and then we'll shove them along the tracks and get them to the powered portions and put them up in there. So I'll go ahead and take care of the extra levers and try to find a plan, or come up with a plan to get these guys over there a little bit easier than what it looks like. But I think what's going to happen is I'm going to capture them, shove them along this rail here, then take up all this track here, add it to where I've got that power rail there to connect it to the other one, and then we'll go from there. But I think I just make a few more levers, or a couple more levers, and we'll be golden. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. That is the build for the iron farm. It is ready to go. We just need to get the villagers in there and the zombie in, name tag the zombie, and then it's golden. We just AFK at it. It makes us iron and poppies. And then after that, the first thing we're going to do after getting all that going and AFKing and get some iron is build a composter, an automatic composter. I'm going to put that inside my house. That way the villagers can't take it as a job. And that way we can also get some bone meal really easily. And it gives me something to do with my wheat seeds. I'm getting tired of storing those up. They're just annoying. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video so far. Catch you in the next episode with catching the villagers and the zombie. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to call the zombie. Maybe I'll call him Fred, Bobby, Ricky Bobby, I don't know. I just come up with all sorts of weird nicknames sometimes. Some of them from Will Ferrell films, I guess. Watch it, big guy. But anyway, till then, hope you guys enjoy the videos, and If you do, like, subscribe, and we'll see y'all later.